Hello there, and welcome to this episode of A Tiny Dot in Space, where I play the various regions, territories, states, counties, areas, departments, governorates, whatever you call the first level of subdivisions of the various countries on planet Earth, one by one on GeoGuessr. And my aim in doing so is threefold. A, seeing places I've never been to and probably will never go to. And B, hopefully having some fun while doing so. And C, try to play a perfect game of GeoGuessr in whatever region I am in at any given time. If I succeed in playing a 25,000 point game in GeoGuessr, well, that's the last you'll see of that region in the game. And if I succeed in doing if I fail in doing so, it might reappear at some later stage in the series. And today we're going into one of the regions I failed to play 25k in Europe when I was in my previous series. So today we're going to Luxembourg, and we're going to the canton, as the regions of Luxembourg are called, the canton of Echternach, which sits here on the border with Germany. And, well, like everything in Luxembourg, it's not particularly huge. Had 20,500 people living in it as of 2025, and covers a whopping 186 square kilometers. And as you might suspect, the capital of the area is the small town of Echternach, which has a population, also 2025, of roughly 6,000 people. And, well, just south of 6,000. And yeah, so what's so hard about this place? Well, the thing is, yes, it's fairly densely populated, but when you say densely populated, that just basically means that most of the people live in these, well, in Echternach and the other small towns like Berdorf and up here in like Beaufort, and in between it's actually quite empty, and these country roads can be very twisty and very nasty to put your marker down on. So these places can be played within a matter of minutes, or you could spend half an hour trying to get it just right. So this is, what's the word? It's suspiciously easy. So let's see. Let's head into Echternach, and as always, we will make a challenge of the map and copy the link into a document so I can put it into the description of the video later on, so that if you like, you can have a go at playing the same map and see if you can beat my time and my score on it, which is entirely feasible. I am not a professional GeoGuessr by any standards. I'm just, well, a gifted amateur at best. And but I do enjoy playing the game. And this looks very much like what I was trying to explain early on. That is the tricky bit about Luxembourg. We have a road over there that might help save me here, but this is going to be a very tricky one, because I don't really see any roads leading to the sides here. We got, well, maybe, possibly that one. Oh, this one will show. Okay, that will be a great help. Okay. So, but we need to figure out where we are. This road is going northeast, which goes for quite a lot of roads in Echternach. And most roads in Luxembourg do look like this. Well maintained, not terribly wide, and it's impossible to say whether it's a numbered road or not. So here we can go to GeoGuessr. Okay, I have no idea where the GeoGuessr is, but at least that's a reference. Now, for all the tidiness of Luxembourg, I've sometimes found the road signs a little puzzling. It's not always plain sailing with the information you get. It's not as confusing or as enervating as I find the signs in France, where, like, when you're in the city, everything is off in other directions or all other directions. Okay, so this road leads to Grevenmacher, which is Grevenmacher is down here, and we're on the 137, and what's 137 is here, but we're also on the 132 to Bech, and that's Bech, and Bech is down to the south. So that should suggest that we are over here. Oh, that's Geierschaft, yes. So let's see now. So are these the two roads? Yes, that's the dirt road we saw off to the left. And this is the road by the bend. Can we spot that brook? If not, I'll have to do a count to this road and do that one and see if I can calculate my way in. But I'm afraid I won't be able to see this brook here. We could be standing right on top of it, or it could be... Actually, I think it's more likely that it crosses under here. But that won't do in any way. But let's see. Okay, so we'll do the counting number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 to that road and the Hammerknop. And then to this road over here, so that's 15, and we got 1, 2, 3. So that's 18 between the two. So that's 9 in the middle. We got 4.5, and 3 should be about there-ish. Let's say a little prayer for that one. Not that I'm particularly religiously inclined, but you never know who's listening. There we go. 2 meters away. That's a good start. Okay, this should be pinnable. This house is very conveniently placed directly north of me. So, and we are on up. Well, that could up the Essen or something like that. But well, I think you might know what I'm trying to allude to in terms of the very approximate English. What should I say? Cognate? No, not cognate, because similarly sounding. Okay, so we're on the 138 this time, and it goes to the... Well, we're really lucky in this first 2 rounds. Gonna jinx it now. Let's see, so Echternach is here in the 138. We've been really lucky to be put on these numbered roads right away. But where's the 138 then? Should be around here somewhere, right? I can also look for Herborn. Seriously? I can't see the 138. Sometimes you might have to zoom a little closer, I think, though. So it's the 120s, and yeah, the 138 doesn't want to be discovered. Is it not the 120? Is it? No, yeah. For a moment I was wondering whether it was a 13B, but it's not. Okay, so where might the 138 be then? Do I have to go? Well, that's an interesting one. So we got 135 going all over the area. We got the 139 going all over this area. But 138 is turning particularly elusive. That's 130, and now we're moving into some other numbers. Of course, now we're into Mesh, so I'm in the wrong canton anyway. How odd. Okay. Anyways, let's see if we can find the name of this place here. Got a decent sized church, and of course we have more information here. So we can go to on the 137 to Konsdorf. I did see the 137 here at least. There's Konstdorf. And 6 kilometers away. Could we be in Lauterborn? No, we're not in Lauterborn. Let's see, what direction? Northwestwards. And here we can also go to Bruch. Let's see, there's Herborn. We can go to... Would we happen to be in Bech? We could well be in Bech. Yes, we are in Bech. And here's Ob der Essen. And that's the house we were looking at the start. So if I look straight north, I am gonna look just past that corner. So that means we are looking about there, and I'm here. There we go. Oh. Nope, not trusting that. Let's see. Well, no, not at all. Okay, so that means there's a slight misplacement, some misalignment between the layers here. Right, this one is gonna be... Well, it's doable, but it's gonna be tricky. Eastwards. Let's go east and south. Oh yeah, this is definitely Luxembourg. So much like every Luxembourg player. Oh, we're heading into Bech again. Okay, that was interesting. Now we're heading into Bech from the north. We're on the 137 heading into Bech. Let's see, is that the right Bech? Yes, it is. So, then we must be up here, right? No, this is working. No, here's, oh, right. Okay, so we're here, and that means we're here, I think, on the Konstdorferstrasse. Oh, they got away with words here. Let's see, we're heading southwestwards. Yep, that's correct. And we're about here. Man, this is a tricky one. So we're not quite done with the bend. Now we're done with the bend. We should be about here. Yikes, that's what I mean with the bends. They can really trip you up. Oh no. Well, you really got it for me today. Okay, but we might save ourselves with this little bend to the right here. And then that bend down there. And this is about as rural a road I've played in Luxembourg for a long, long time. This definitely is not a numbered road. So I'll just have to climb out of this gully and see if we can get onto a main road. Usually they're not too far away, and that's the good thing about Luxembourg. In that sense, it's a bit like San Marino, although you might have to wriggle around a little longer in order to find out where you are here. So this road is called, well, it goes into Marscherwald. Okay, so the Marscher Woods, we have Rue. Okay, so we're in the French-speaking part of the canton, and that was definitely not the way to go. Well, that's a pocket-sized chapel. And let's see if this place has a name. Probably does. We can still go to Marscherwald. Ramassage scolaire. Okay, and let's see, here we can go to Konstdorf in 3 kilometers. Berdorf in 10.8. I wonder if Berdorf might be the same as Berbourg. No, that's Berdorf. Okay. So, Rue de Altrière. And so that's heading northwards towards Konstdorf. Could it be like over here? Yeah, maybe not. Well, that was a good candidate, actually. That's Altrier. Op de Chance. See, Altrier. So what's the Rue d'Altrier? This is 3 kilometers away from Onsdorf. Interesting one. Okay, but it looks like we got an intersection over here. That might be more interesting. What does that one say? Ramassage scolaire. One more time. Well, this looks to be the main route through this small settlement. Wow. Ah, but here we got a name. This was Breitweiler Kolbette. This, Breitweiler. Aha, let's see now. Rue de Village. Chapelle Sainte-Marguerite. Yeah, okay, so this is where we were. And here's... Ooh, this is where we crossed the brook. So here's down in the gully. Oh my word, this is not going to be an easy one. Okay, so that kink in the road here. I think I want to go all the way down and just have a look up the road. Except because we got this bend to the right, which is here, I believe. But the layout of the road doesn't match at all. And that's very disturbing. And very unfortunate. Are you absolutely sure looking in the right place? Well, I don't see how this isn't the right place. Just gonna have a look up the hill to see if the road does what the map says that it does. Should be a hairpin here. And there is a hairpin. Okay, so we got the right road. So, well, I wish that car wasn't there, but I can wish that all I want, and it won't go away anyway. So this bend here, it's got to be this one. Let's see now. So now we're on this bend, and then it bends back over there. Right, we are. But where is this? Where is this bend? It must be around here somewhere. Don't think I can count this one. That's the biggest problem. I think. Oops. Sorry about that. I think I'm going to place myself there. I'm feeling I'm moving myself out of contention here. Let's see. Hang on. Here's a slight hint of a bend. How does that look? Doesn't look horrible, but the trouble is that this road should be drawn like this. Not like that. That complicates this rather badly. There are a few meters up there, but I'm not so sure they are that many. I place myself there. Gee, I could have gone even further down into the gully. Look at that. Oh. Well, still, gee. Luxembourg has it in for me tonight. Oh. So, let's see, how do we attack this one? I don't see any signs of any major roads. But I could, of course, be hiding in hedgerows and stuff, so let's just climb the hill. There's a good view here. So, yeah. So you can see there's some deep valleys here. So we could well be in this area. Or we could be looking over to Germany for all I know, although we're looking northwest, so we're probably not. Okay, I don't know how smart climbing this hill is, but let's just give it a shot. Well, it wasn't that stupid because we got a main road up here. Okay, and does this road come with a name? Unfortunately, no. But it should be possible to figure out this road by now. Let's see, that goes south, this goes north. There might be an intersection over there. I don't like might be's though, but hang on, we're gonna put a checkpoint down here. What does it say? That's sort of a sunny marker. I don't wonder what that is for. But yeah, this is Luxembourg. High skies and black and white road and loveliest gold and greens along the sides of the road. Okay, we are on the... Okay, so we've got Echternach off to the south. We're on the 141. We can also get Osweiler. So rather when... Okay, so that's interesting. So 141 goes that way, and this is the 370 and the 368. Well, there's a lot of roads meeting in this one intersection. So let's see, the 368 and... So we're going to be fairly far north. And there was the 412 was... No, sorry, 141. That's a lot of odd, weird numbers. Okay, that means we're down here. So we got Mumpach. So we want 370. And we want the 141 and the 358. Although I don't think we should be looking for the 358. So we got the 141. That's Gerst. 4 kilometers away. But we're also 4 kilometers away from Mumpach. So then we should be up here, and that works. Yeah, we got the 368, the 370, 141, and we were on the Rue Poppelbach, possibly here. It looks like we just came through the bend. And this is one of those bends that's hard to define. Is there any kind of landmark I can use? Not to the north, not to the west, not to the east that I can spot, and not to the south. Excuse me. Let's just have a little look of this hill. Yeah, it has got a long bend that kind of ends. It kind of ends here. This one. But we are up by the hedgerows here. And just, well, actually a fair bit above where it ends, and that's the end of that bend. And we are, just as things are starting to bend a bit properly again. Oh, I so hate these. I really hate these roads when it goes on like that. Okay, I'm gonna say that we're probably there, but I'm gonna do a count, and this will be a stupidly long one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, I'm gonna call it 26 down there to that intersection there at 26. And then we'll see how far it is up the hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. do that road, but we're gonna, yeah, 32 and 26 are good numbers. So from there, down there, to there. 26 and 32 are 58, which would mean that 29 is roughly there. But it won't be because we want 26 to... Let's see, I'm just going to use my finger on the screen. You won't see that, but let's see. So 29, 15... And let's see, let's add another 7 to that. That kind of suggests that the marker sits on 22 at the moment. And that I should be here. How does that look? I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. And then there's this hamlet over here to the northwest. Oof. I know I'm faffing a lot about this, but I don't want to miss this one out. Miss out on this one. Can I spot that? But that will also not be northwards. It's probably that structure over there. I don't really know what to do here. But okay, we're standing right on top of that bend actually properly begins. So I'm going to say we're there. Good boy. That took a little longer than it ought to, but hey, 44 meters. Wow, that's pretty inaccurate. That's one of the most inaccurate 25k rounds I've played. But hey, we got Echternach down to a T. So, yep, that was my overall aim anyway. So that is Echternach done and dusted, and it will not feature again in the series. But I'm glad that you're still here with me on a tiny dot in space, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode when it's up. Until then, bye-bye.